the side that doesn't have your name on it, has a bunch of cones that you're going to find the volume for. Okay. I'm going to point out some differences here. So number one, you have your height and your radius. Number two, you have your height and your radius. Height and radius, height and radius. So those should be simple, right? 5 and 6, we're missing the height, but we have our angle. So this is Pythagorean theorem, okay? So this is a triangle, 6 something 10. You might want to first look for your triples, so you can see if maybe that's a triple. If that doesn't work, then you use a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Okay? Understand? And that'll get you your height. 6 is the same, 7. Here again, look at number 8, 9. What's missing? What's missing? Not the height. Look at 8. Look at your 8. The what? The radius. Okay? So again, see if it's a triple. If it's not a triple, do Pythagorean theorem. So this would be side A. I'll even label it side A. You with me? You should be labeling side A. How about 9? Same thing? Look for a triple. If you don't know the triple, find side A. Are you done when you find that measure, or do you still have to find the volume of the cone? You still have to find the volume of the cone, which means that your work will need to be on a separate sheet of paper. Understand? Look at 10. What's missing? What's missing? Height, H. What's missing for 11? Radius, R. What's missing for 12? Radius, R. So you know what you have to solve for before you go through and do that, okay? Flip it over. So we're going to do a couple of the word problems together. I need for you to draw a picture here and do your work on a separate sheet of paper. But your picture should be here and you turn in both. Okay? So I'm going to be drawing a cone with a radius of 6 centimeters. And it has a volume of 527.52 centimeters cubed. What do I need to find then? What am I solving for? I know the volume. I know my radius. What do I need to solve for? H. Okay, so this is my unknown. Label it. So when you do this problem itself, sorry, I'm going to bring it down. You're going to do your 527.52 equals pi 6 squared times h. So you're going to solve for h divided by 3, because that's the formula. Right? What's 6 squared? 36. Let me pull a separate sheet of paper. Okay, so remember I said your work on a separate sheet of paper? Here's my separate sheet of paper. So I'm going to write 527.52 is equal to pi times 6 squared, which is my radius, times h divided by 3. Here's what you're going to need. What are you going to need today? You're going to need a calculator. Okay, so I'm going to take my calculator to solve this problem. If you need a calculator, you better come up and get one now. Alright, so now that we're all prepared with our calculators, we're going to solve this problem, right? So 6 squared is 36, right? I'm going to actually, I'm not even going to do that first. I lied. I need to get rid of this 3, right, to solve this problem, right? So if I multiply this side by 3 and this side by 3, what happens to these 3's? They cancel out, right? But I do need to take this number, 527.52, and multiply it by 3. That's going to give me a whole new volume. 1,5. So you should be doing this on your calculator, not copying me. And my new problem on this side is pi times 6 squared times h. I no longer have that divided by 3 thing. Okay. So now I'm going to, I need to solve for h, right? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do whatever mathematical operations I can do on this side. Okay. So I'm going to get rid of my exponent by doing 6 squared. And then I'm going to multiply it times pi. And I got a new number there. Right, so my answer, when it comes down, I didn't touch this side at all, is equal to, and go ahead and round to the nearest tenth. So I get 113.1. Does anybody get anything different? What can't you see? This is in the way? Move your head. Can you see? Can you see? All right, did anybody get anything different? Nobody? Hello? Everybody got this. Okay, so now how do I undo this part here? I have 113.1 times h. How do I undo this multiplication? What do I need to do here? I'm solving an equation. What do I do next? I'm going to divide both sides by 113.1. This becomes a 1 or just h. So I'm going to go ahead and take my calculator because I don't want to do that in my head. 2, what? 52, not 56, guys. Make sure you're writing down the right number. Divided by 113.1. What do you get? 13.99. So if I'm rounding that up, approximately what? 14. Got it? So this is number 1. Seems like a lot of work, doesn't it? So here's what I'm going to do, because to me, this is too much work for you guys. I'm going to have you do this side first today. Listen, back side tomorrow. And I'm going to move your quiz back to Friday. Got it? Is that better? Yeah, I think you guys need, I want you to really understand how to bring these words together, so I want you to do all of them because it's good practice. But I also want you to have true understanding and mastery of the concept. So tomorrow will be like a review. We'll do some together. I might even give you some answers. And your quiz will be on Friday. Any questions? Do you want me to do one more? Or are you good? One more. Which one? No. You should be doing it yourself on your calculator. That's what I told you, remember? Not waiting for me to do the work and copying the answer.
Can you do number 11?
I can do number 11. And this is a good one because here's what you guys fail to do on your test. How many of you guys actually read the question before you answer it? Okay, I'm going to say maybe. What am I looking for number 11?
The diameter.
The diameter. Okay. So is there a diameter in my equation? No, but can I find the diameter with the information from my equation? What do I need to do to find the diameter? What do I need to find in order to find the diameter? What's going to help me find the diameter? What is a diameter? Christian? Around? So it would be the whole distance from end to end of my circular base, right? So what information can help me find that diameter? If I don't have the diameter, there's something that I do find that's going to help me get that diameter. What's my radius, guys? What's my radius? Half of my diameter. So if I can find the radius, can I find the diameter? Okay? You understand? All right, so you need to be able to find the radius and understand what it is that you're looking for. Here, it was asking me for the height of the cone. The height is approximately 14, okay? For 11, it's asking me what the diameter is. So let's go ahead and put this into a picture here. Here's my cone. There's my circular base. It has a height of 11. It says my volume is 2,797.74 centimeters cubed. That's what I know. I do not know what radius is. Okay, so I don't know what R is equal to. But when I find R, how do I find my diameter once I find R? Multiply it by 2. So simple, right? You have to understand how they're related, a radius and a diameter. That's a relationship, okay? So what's the mathematical relationship? A radius is half of your diameter. A diameter is twice as much as your radius. They have a relationship, okay? So if you know one, you could probably find the other, okay? Are we awake today? I'm not sure. So let's go ahead and substitute information for our problem. 2,797.74, that's my volume, is equal to pi. I don't know my radius, squared, times my height of 11, divided by 3. Okay? What's my first step? What did I do at my last problem? What do I need to do to get rid of this 3? I can't because I don't know what R is. I want to get rid of this 3. How do I do that? Multiply both sides by 3. So I'm going to put my parentheses around there and put a 3. What happens to these 3's on this side? They eliminate, right? I can just cancel them right out. Okay? So I'm going to take this information and multiply it by 3. Can I do that in my head? Can I do that in my head? No. I can use a calculator, though. So I'm going to say 2,797.74 times 3 is going to give me a very large number of 8,393.22. And now my new equation is, and I'm going to switch this around. Commutative property tells me that I can change things in the order of things in my equation as long as I'm not changing anything else. Okay? So I'm still going to multiply 11 times pi r squared. Okay, so now I can take care of this 11 pi, right? So I'm going to take my calculator because I don't need to do this in my head. I don't ever do math, like I said, without my calculator. So what's my answer? I'm rounding, so what should it be? 35.6. R squared. Bring my volume down. Okay, now I've rounded. So I'm going to go ahead and do what to undo this here? Divide both sides by what? Okay. Why? Do I have to do this again? 11 times pi. Oh yeah, 34. 34.6. No, that's good. Caught it. Actually, I just wrote down what you said, so that's all right. It's all good. So we're dividing both sides by 34.6. So let's use our calculators. I've got 8393.22 divided by 34.6. What does that give me? So 242.6, right? Is equal to R squared, because that becomes a 1. Now I'm going to look at my square roots here. Is 242 a square root, a perfect square? No. So what I need to do to solve this is take that root. So I'm going to square root this and square root that. And don't forget, when you square root an exponent, that's a square, they cancel. So now I have R by itself, but I got to take the square root of this. Right? So I'm just going to use my calculator for this. I don't need you guys to, I mean, if you want to do an approximation, that's fine. If you want to do an exact, that's fine too. But if I take 242.6 and I square it, I get what? 15.57 or approximately 15.6. So do you guys need a calculator to do this homework?
Yes.
Yeah, most definitely. How many of you guys have a calculator at home? Don't forget, your iPhone is also a very good calculator, and sometimes your phones that are not iPhones have calculators. If you turn your iPhone sideways with your calculator, and I'm sure you knew this, but if you take this, turn it sideways, it becomes scientific. Okay? All right, any questions? Okay, we're just doing the front side today. Tomorrow we'll do the back side quiz on Friday.